back with another Alabama Championship Wrestling classic, so to speak, match. Classic, so to speak. What I mean by that is I'm in it, and you know, this is me shoot my ego off. Alabama Championship Wrestling was the best wrestling show at that time. Great roster, great group of guys, and I am simply trying to save the matches all I can and trying to keep them alive somehow. And yes, these are mainly my matches, but what are you gonna do? Here comes Brine, Justice, and Damon Taz. This was King of Carnage. King of Carnage, another ACW big show. And I'll go ahead and tell you, most of the matches that I'm putting on YouTube are from big shows. A few of them ain't, but most of them are. These were some of my favorite ACW matches. The theme of this was a tournament. The winner would be the King of Carnage, and he would go on to get a title shot. I say this like a broken record, and almost any ACW guy would tell you that I'm not shy to tell you this. I am one of the only guys to ever wrestle in ACW without quitting or without getting fired from the first show to the last of the real official ACW shows. The only other guy that can honestly say that would be the referee in the ring, which is Steve Carr, who is actually a very accomplished wrestler himself. But I brought that up to say something that deluded me in ACW was I never competed in the actual King of Carnage tournament. Now, by no means am I saying I'm the only wrestler that, can say that, because a lot of them didn't, but it's kind of strange to me that I never did. Brine Justice is hammering away on me. Nice elbow. Nice elbow. Brine Justice, Damon Taz. The angle here is they're tag team champions who had a hard time getting along with each other, but Evil Commissioner Stupid, who just took a suplex, which is also me, with his accomplished Tweety on the outside, who is holding Shane Anderson's junior heavyweight title because he is a junior heavyweight. The Evil Commissioner Stupid says so, and Shane Anderson are after those tag team titles. Watch this, watch this. And I'm not doing this match justice because, no point intended, to Brine Justice. Nice leg drop. Nice move altogether. Not doing it justice because I'm not really getting close to it, because I've been doing a lot of these tonight, and my arm is killing me. My God. I do feel that I've evolved as a wrestler. I feel I've become a better wrestler. However, again, this was just a great show. ACW was a great show all around. 1, 2, kick out. I owe a lot to this show. I owe a lot to the Flame. God rest his soul. Another something that was real memorable about this night is the main event was Johnny Slaughter versus the Flame, and the Flame would go on to win the heavyweight title this night. It was a big deal. It drew a huge crowd, and I'm not exaggerating when I tell you the town was really talking about it. They were worried because Johnny was fighting for ownership, which was owned by the Flame, and the Flame was fighting for the title, which was owned by Johnny. It was a great storyline. The crowd was really into it. The crowd believed it. This show altogether was great. 11 matches in all, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was 11 matches. Great show. It was shows like this that made ACW what it was. However, this would be the last big show that I put together myself, because everybody there said I did a great job, and then they all turned on me like a bunch of wild, flaming, bloodthirsty wolves, and it slowly crumbled. And I'm not saying that's why, but I can sit back now on my blue bean bag and record these matches and just say I told you so. You know, I mean, what else am I gonna do? Sit here and, you know, play with my Walmart machismo dog? I mean, what should I do? You tell me. And you know, I'm sorry. I need to get closer on this match. Again, my commentary sucks. You know what do you want me to say? Big splash. Damon Taz is dead. Anybody that's ever been stomped, hit, splashed, pat on the back, hugged, kissed, shook hands with Shane Anderson will tell you it hurts. He is a very powerful man, and there's no exaggeration there. I recently got to wrestle him at the last Flame Memorial, and the match was 2 minutes long, and it felt like an eternity. Shane Anderson, very powerful wrestler. I understand Brine Justice got to wrestle him recently himself. Look at me prancing around, because there I go. I think this is the moment I first swung my hips after a net breaker, because I pranced around and then I swung my hips, and I believe after that very moment, as I'm picking Taz up, I said, I'm just going to start doing that after every time I give someone a net breaker. And to this day, I've done it to over 400 people, I'm sure, including some famous wrestlers, and I could call them out, but I would be name plugging. And name plugging is something that happens very frequently in the locker room. Like, watch this. Yeah, I wrestled Marty Jannetty, name plug. I wrestled Jerry Lynn, name plug. I recently wrestled Buff Bagwell, name plug. You know, I could do that. I could, you know, I've wrestled a bunch of names, and I could just keep saying them, and it's a name plug. And I try to refrain from that now, because I think it sounds kind of crazy. I could say it, and I am very proud that I got to wrestle those guys, but people say it to the point to where they're just trying to stroke their wrestling goober around the locker room, and I would rather let my actions speak louder than words, and I guess that's why I'm real quiet. Here comes Shane Anderson, and I'm saying that I'm trying to be humble, but I've learned also that being humble gets you nowhere in this crazy business, because there's this evil virus going around called wrestling politics, and you will never move up in this business unless you kiss ass. And I'm sorry for saying that, because it's not a philosophy I believe in. I'm very much against that, but I've seen it too many times that there's shows out there you'll never move up in unless you're part of the clique. Now, if I wrestle for you and you're watching this, I don't mean you, because I'd like to keep wrestling for you. I've just been doing this for a few years, actually a very long time. I've had over 850 matches, so I'm looking towards 900 matches. And in that time, you know, I've just got a lot of thoughts that run through my head about it. So I'm sorry. This match, however, I'm very proud of, if I haven't said that already. I think Damon Taz and Brine Justice had a lot of chemistry, and I know that sounds weird because they're two different guys, but I think as a tag team, they actually worked out pretty good. Just because they were so different, I think it was actually good for the show and everything else. There's Brine Justice, he's hot. Double headbutt, I believe. Yes. And, you know, what he's about to do, I can't believe this, but I forgot all